back to the Dire Bear Adventuring Company. We are back on Saturday with another episode of the Stolen Cities. Now, previously, the party was in debt to the man in charge of the area known as the Barrier, between Combus Park and the lower half of the island and the Heights, Venolin's hometown and stomping ground. Good rapscallion by the name of Jason Apollo. Apollo decided he would contract the party to acquire an artifact for him, an ancient weapon, from another baron from the Western Docks, the same docks from which our friend Jason is currently wanted. The party arranged a parley with Tobin Hudson, the leader of said docks, before somebody... No, he fell out a window. Nobody saw anything different. Nobody can say anything otherwise. He fell. He totally fell.
Accidents happen.
Did our local monk create an astral projection and push him? That's a conspiracy theory. He fell.
What astral projection? I don't know what you're talking about.
They fell off a truck. In any case, after a very close encounter with Tobin's ward, a woman by the name of Cassidy, the party managed to escape the Western Docks and head straight back up to the Barrier, making it to Jason Apollo's safe house right as dark was falling. And in return for their efforts, they have been given free passage throughout the Barrier. The party decided to take a brief reprieve at another safe house within the region when it was suddenly beset upon in the middle of the night by a ravenous horde of vampire thrall, helmed by Cassidy herself. And it is at this point that our puckish rogue, Venolin, noticed that she may have been tampered with during their brief encounter. Now, let me pull up my turn order. Where's my turn order? There's my turn order!
Because we left session in the middle of combat.
Yes, we did. Now, if the Discord chat has not betrayed me, being back at the top of the turn order means I am dealing with Cross right now. Cross, there are a lot more thrall than you gave credit for when you first started doing your punchy boy stuff. As soon as you dispatched the two that you were just dealing with, another three seemed to break ranks from surrounding Cassidy's cart and start to head towards you once again. They seem to be more intent on attacking Ralakan, who was picking them off for a while before being knocked down from his perch atop one of the buildings. However, there are three vampire thrall rather near to you that you can probably do a good job at dispatching.
Okay. Then I will attack one of the nearby ones using my astral arms.
Wonderful. Will they be visible?
No.
Wonderful. Who doesn't love invisible arms?
First attack is a 16 to hit.
A 16 will hit that thrall. I take it you're using radiant damage.
Yes, it is.
Well, guess what? They're going to get big hurt. Roll me that damage.
That is a total of 7 damage.
You punch this thing, and like before, your astral fist leaves behind a stark burn mark at the point of impact. It almost looks like a brand, the way it just sears at this vampire thrall, and it immediately screeches outward in response. Do you have another attack yet? I forget. Oh wait, no, you can make an unarmed as a bonus action. So.
Yes, I can.
Will you?
I will.
Wonderful. Do the thing.
That is another 16 to hit.
Wonderful. Give me that hot and spicy damage.
And that is for 8 damage.
Oh, yeah. The thrall kind of swipes at you in retaliation, but you very easily duck underneath and get another punch in at his sternum, leaving another very thick burn mark right down there. The thrall lets out this loud, piercing roar, and Ralakan and Cross, I will need both of you to make me a Constitution save.
No, I'm not panicking. I'm not, because I rolled a 17.
Good, wonderful.
I also got a 17.
Wonderful. You both pass. The shriek rattles your bones and tenses your muscles, but you both steel yourselves enough to not be so malaffected by it. Jason, if memory serves, you were running up to help Venelin after she'd been taking quite a number of scratches and slashes at the hands of these thralls.
You got it.
Okay, so Venelin is currently surrounded by 3 different thralls.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just kind of like running up the side of the destroyed stable to sort of see if you can get in and assist her.
Right. So, we got 3. I'm going to go target the middle one here. And that is a 21 to hit with my silver hand axe.
That is without a doubt hitting.
Alright.
Damn!
And that is 9 damage.
It's a bit more
Oh,
than
wait. I forgot. I am raging. Because that's what I did right before we ended.
Yes, you did.
So that's 11 damage.
Wonderful. You sort of like get a nice chop in on the side of this guy, and your silver weapon also leaves a very stark burn where it exits from him. You can see it sort of like dig deep into the thrall, and the burn kind of like auto-cauterizes the wound as it exits.
Alright, and since I'm dual wielding, I'm going to do offhand hand axe. This one's a regular hand axe.
Yee.
And that is going to be a 22 to hit.
That is without a doubt hitting.
For 3 damage.
Oof. This thrall is not looking good one bit. The hit with the non-silvered hand axe is bleeding quite profusely. And, you're pretty sure he can't take too much more of that.
I am here to help, Miss Venelin. Please hold on.
That thrall is going to try and take a swing and a bite out of you. Where did I put my dice? There are my dice. I'm a klutz.
Hopefully by out of you mean Jason and not Venelin.
I definitely did mean Jason and not Venelin. Because it is the one that he just attacked.
It's like trying to bite a paint can, though.
What's your AC, Jason?
Currently, since I'm just dual wielding, it's 17.
Okay, so do me a favor, make me a strength saving throw.
Cool. 18.
Wonderful. It tries to kind of like tackle you, but you kind of like get in on its shoulders and prevent it from getting a good grip on you. As you do so, it kind of like bites a couple of times at your arms, but not enough to like cause any kind of damage. Also, after 2 or 3 bites, it realizes that you are significantly less fleshy.
Tastes good.
You are severely lacking in flesh. Like Zazu said to the hyenas, you are extremely gamey.
His sense of humor never ceases to abuse them.
I'm surrounded by idiots. Venolin, it is your turn, and Jason's intervention has relieved you of the pressure of having 1 extra vampire to deal with.
Okay. How many are within 5 feet of Jason?
Within 5 feet of Jason, just the 1. The other 2 are still surrounding you.
Okay. Alright, well, we're gonna use the rapier to attack the one between Jason and I, because that'll give me gives me advantage,
Advantage!
and B gives me sneak attack.
Oh boy.
Ooh.
Time to get this,
Like sneak attack.
time to get some big boy damage.
Yeah, something like that. Hold on. Okay.
You can do it. I believe in you.
17 to hit.
A 17 does in fact hit.
Okay. That is a total of 11 points of damage.
That's with your sneak attack?
Yeah, sneak attack.
Beautiful. You managed to get a nice final blow in on that thrall that Jason was thoroughly mauling.
Oh, good.
It kind of like screeches out and starts biting indiscriminately at Jason before you kind of like stab it through the back and out the chest where its heart was.
Okay. And then offhand with the dagger to one of the 2 that are in front of me.
Wonderful.
Surrounding
Go
me.
for it.
Not with a 1.
Not with a one. Are you throwing or swinging?
Swinging. I have to ask, I'm poisoned by that dagger. Does that have an effect that I should be concerned about?
Yes, it does. Thank you for reminding me.
Oh.
I feel like I shouldn't have said anything, but
You never should.
you know, I feel like that was kind of like a big thing that he mentioned last week, so...
That is. Thank you for reminding me. You, as you sort of like reach outward for your swing, you can feel the wound kind of like sting outwards. And you take 4 points of poison damage.
Wait. Hold on.
I only had 4 points left!
Oh,
You're a
no.
monster.
Well, now you have 0.
Oh,
Well,
no.
now I'm unconscious. You know what? I'm gonna go out swinging, though, because I took something down with me, so...
The poison starts to begin to run its course through your body, and you can very clearly feel like the loss of feeling in your extremities before kind of collapsing.
Great. Awesome.
Oh boy.
Yeah, this is kind of bad, because there's still 2 that need to go, and I am now a stationary target.
Cass
I'll stand over you.
giggles in response. She's still pretty like off in the distance. And seeing that they've downed you, she seems to kind of like raise her hand, and she recalls the other 2 thrall. And she's going to kind of start making her way towards the stable. Ralakan, you are closer to where Cross is right now, but you can definitely see Cassidy beginning to like clear a path through her thrall to get to the stable.
Can I reach the stable door before she does?
You are a bit far for that. However, you do have a line of sight.
Okay. I have a net. Let me just take a look at these actions here. Give me a quick second.
Net arrows.
No, that's work. That's not how it's gonna work. There's an additional attack feature. So this is a full attack. So I can't actually do that. Damn it. So she's walking towards the stable door.
Yes.
I saw Venlin go down, and I know that she's walking towards Cross.
No, she's walking towards Venlin.
Oh, she's walking towards Venlin. Double fuck. I can't use Cordon of Arrows because, or not Cordon of Arrows, Hail of Thorns because I might hit Venlin.
She has not reached Venlin yet.
Oh,
She's kind of like on the walk over. It's a little bit of distance. She'll reach there on her next turn.
Okay. Alright, so I'm going to cast Ensnaring Strike. So, I'm going to try to, like, make it so that she can't do anything
Mm-hmm.
and not move. So I need to shoot her and have the attack hit.
Yes. Yes, you do.
Okay, here we go. Shooting with the longbow. Does a 24 hit?
A 24 does definitely hit.
Alright, so here's the damage for the longbow. That is 3 plus 3 is 6. And then the 1d6 for Ensnaring Strike is a 4.
Okay. Now, do I have to roll a save to avoid being ensnared?
Yes, you must make a saving throw of 11. I kind of wish it was something higher. I'm sorry.
That is a 16.
Fuck!
You impact her shoulder with the arrow, and you can see the vines sort of immediately fly out from the feathered end of it. And they start to wrap around her, but she almost immediately sort of pulls a dagger from her sleeve and starts cutting away at them. And sort of cuts off the feathered end of the arrow, leaving the rest inside so as to avoid further bleeding.
For the rest of my action, I'm going to try to find a way to get a better vantage point away from all the thralls.
Wonderful. You do find that there is kind of like an escape hatch that you can take heading upwards. So you're going to use the rest of your movement to get a couple of floors up and get a nice line of sight away from the thralls.
Yee.
I just went to check on Cross's character sheet, and apparently they archived Astral Self. I'm kind of mad.
No, they didn't.
No.
It appears in Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
It's in
Oh,
Tasha's
that's-
Cauldron, but the UA version has been archived.
That's
It's so it doesn't break everyone's character sheets. If people don't have the material.
Gotcha. I should really know that. I bought Tasha's Cauldron of Everything.
Dummy.
Speaking of which, quick plug, Tasha's Cauldron of Everything came out on the 17th. If you haven't picked it up, you're looking at a bunch of new subclasses and different ways to build your characters using racial traits.
It's a lot. It's a whole
Also,
lot.
magic tattoos, so you can actually play Yakuza.
Hang on.
Back to combat.
Yes. Yes, indeedery.
Meanwhile, back at Mortal Peril,
Shameless plug. We now return to our regularly scheduled panicking. Cross, you've still got 3 thrall here.
That's not good, because I need to be over there protecting her.
I got Jason. It'll be fine.
Just the look on Hetty's face. The look on her face. It's like, I'll be fine.
Just that everything's on fire, she's dying, there's poison in her veins. This is fine.
Fine.
Everything is fine.
So, you know what I'm going to do? I am going to risk 3 opportunity attacks to run over and punch that vampire bitch in the face.
Yeah, you've got the movement for it. Even if you didn't, you've got step by now, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you do. So you're 100% fine. You will only be getting 1 attack this time, because you'll have to dash to get there.
Mm-hmm.
But it's still an attack that does radiant damage against a vampire. Val, you watch Cross sort of like, not look, but turn his head towards Cassidy.
Look, yes, the blind character looks.
I just said not look.
I know. I have to bully you about it every time.
You watch Cross turn in the direction of Cassidy and sort of like take a runner's pose for a brief moment before taking off. Let's get these opportunity attacks in. That's their AC. Good, great. One of them does hit you, dealing a whopping 7 points of damage. What a tragedy. How will you ever survive?
Currently better than me.
Yup!
How much damage again, just to make sure?
7.
Oof.
Yike.
The council has awarded but 1 singular yay. However, you managed to make your way through the rabble of Thrall and get over to where Cassidy is on her walk across the street. Make me that attack roll.
Okay. 25 to hit.
Aw, yeah, baby.
Oh.
You're getting
7
it.
points of damage.
7 points of damage? That's good enough for me. It's radiant damage. It's gonna frickin' hurt. You sort of like dash up and manage to jump and get one right in on her.
Over the old spicy punch.
She recoils backwards at it, and you can feel the like burning sensation against your knuckles as they impact her face. And she kind of like recoils back a moment and then hisses loudly at you as you kind of like hit the ground right in front of her. She is not happy. She has a small, slowly glistening burn mark right on her cheek. And she's got a large number of poison daggers. And she is not afraid to use either of them.
I mean, can she lend them?
Meanwhile, that Thrall is going to... For real? That Thrall is going to start trying to climb its way up to Ralakan. Let's see what we got here. And it is going to fail miserably, because as a Thrall, it is quite emaciated and pretty much the worst. Jason, there are 2 more Thrall kind of like not attacking Venolin, but very clearly standing over her body.
Okay.
And you can see Cassidy like halfway across her walk before getting just punted in the face by Cross.
Much appreciated, Cross. I really, really do not like how close these guys are standing to the body of Venolin. And I'm gonna do a couple of things to one of them. That ain't gonna hit. That's a 12.
That ain't going to hit. They may only have natural armor, but it's better than that.
But will a 16 hit?
A 16 will definitely hit.
Alright, let's do that for 7 damage.
That's gonna hit.
Alright, beauty.
It's gonna hit.
And he's just gonna hunker down, doing his best to, like, shield the body of Venolin. And just, like, widen himself out as much as he can.
That thrall is going to retaliate against you, and thank God for pack tactics. Fuck pack tactics. Neither of its attacks manage to hit you. Again, it takes a swing, takes a bite. Again, you are significantly less fleshy than its typical prey. It is not getting a bite in on you.
Too solid.
Venolin, I might need a D20 from you as a not die.
Yeah, I know what you did. Hold on.
Roll the die to not die.
Oh, that's a failure.
Fair enough.
Oh no!
Death save number 1. Cassidy is not happy one bit about getting punched in the face by a radiant arm.
Oh, so she doesn't mind the arrow. Okay, good. I have another one for her.
And she's going to just take a swipe with these sharp, almost jagged claws to attack Cross. That's going to be a hard nope. Then make a second attack. And that is also going to be a hard nope, as you are just very deftly dodging this woman's claw attacks. You can smell a faint sour tinge at the tips of her fingers as she swipes outward at you. And you are pretty sure that her...
She's fucking wearing poison nail polish?
The fuck does she get her fucking nail polish from? The freaking... Whose ladies is this? No, I am upsetty spaghetti.
Jesus Christ.
You're upset. You're upset.
Yes, I'm upset for you.
The Alchemist's Nail Salon.
Okay.
The Alchemist Nail Salon, brought to you by fucking Sephora of all places.
As I was saying, you're pretty sure that whatever poison she has steeped her daggers in is also in some trace amounts on her nails.
Good to know. Don't get hit. That is the fight right now. Do not get hit.
The game is don't get hit. Welcome to Super Smash Bros. Melee for the Nintendo GameCube. Ralakat! You can see these two thralls kind of circling underneath your little escape hatch. But they seem about as bad at climbing as stormtroopers are at aiming. Or
awesome.
red shirts. So you got a vampire all the way over there getting punched by Quartz. You got a friendo surrounded by vampire thralls who has been poisoned and is in the process of doing a not live.
I'm going to give her some cover.
Because the 1% of the vampires have 99% of the poison.
It's going to use another ensnaring strike.
Go forth. Conquer. Do the thing.
That is a 17 to hit.
That is not going to hit Cassidy.
I thought Venlin was surrounded by the thralls.
Oh, you're hitting the thralls.
Yeah, sorry, I should have mentioned that.
Sorry, might be. You just said ensnaring strike, and I said, oh, he's attacking Cassidy again.
No, my apologies.
Yeah, no, that's definitely going to hit one of the thralls.
Okay, so and there's 5 damage with the longbow, and that is 1 damage with the ensnaring strike.
6 altogether, and let's roll that save. That is a whopping 10. Just barely failing.
Does not pass.
This one, the arrow impacts like right in its abdomen, and you can see the vines immediately burst out and snare around its arms, sort of constricting it to the point that it falls to the ground.
On that
Wonderful.
thrall's turn, it takes an extra 1d6, and I believe it gets a chance to make another save.
Beautiful. But for now, Kurasu, it is your turn.
Okay, first attack against her.
Beautiful, go forth.
That is a 24 to hit.
Jesus, you're on a roll.
Nice.
Roll damage.
Seven points of damage.
Beautiful. As she's swiping at you, you manage to start to, like, get a jab in. As she's sort of, like, trying to swipe you with her sort of nails. It doesn't leave the same burn, as she, unlike the rest of these thrall, have clothes on. However, yeah. She's getting hit with the big hurt.
Okay, second attack.
Go forth.
Natural 20.
Oh, boyo.
Muda.
Yeah? What's that damage?
For a total of 12 points of damage.
That's big damage.
Booty.
You get a jab in, and she makes another swipe before you get a nice uppercut in. And you can feel the bone against your palm as you get that in. Get a nice, good old-fashioned shoryuken in there. And she finally recoils back and kind of like falls to the ground. She's not unconscious. However, she is very clearly not in the best of sorts at the moment.
And probably even more pissed.
Very. She is very, very unhappy. Ral! Time to see if these thrall have learned how to climb yet.
Well, did they?
One of them did!
Fuck!
And that thrall is going to reach out and try and sort of like tackle you off of your little escape hatch here.
Mm-hmm.
Make me a strength saving throw.
Surprisingly half decent at this. That is a 12.
That is an 18.
Ooh.
Rage.exe.
How many hit points you got left? You'll be fine.
I have 26.
Oh yeah, you'll be fine. The thrall immediately just kind of like grabs you and then forces the both of you off of the off of the scaffold. And you both take like a pretty decent tumble down to earth. Both of you take 8 points of fall damage.
Ow!
The thrall, however, seems to have died from this impact.
Hold on, is the thrall on top of me? Please say yes.
No. You are on top of it.
You know what? I
However-
can still work with this.
However, that second thrall is still down here, and it is going to take a swipe at you.
Oh, wonderful. Can't even let me freaking do a one-liner.
That is a 3. It swipes at you, but you kind of like roll off of the body of the other thrall and just lift it up to use as a meat shield at the last second. Ugh.
I can't even use my one-liner now. It's actually amazing. I was literally just gonna smack the other thrall around, just like, normally I buy people dinner first. Oh well.
Okay. Jason,
Yes.
one of the thrall has been thoroughly disabled by Ralakan's ensnaring strike. The other is still very much alive, though still not attacking Venolin.
Still not liking how it's there.
Yeah, it is a disturbing amount of alive that you think should probably be rectified forthwith.
Absolutely. Commence life-taking. Let's go.
Activate the alive protocol.
Your free trial of life has expired.
So I am attacking that that guy who's just kind of standing there, and that is a nat 20. Finally.
Oh boy!
So silver
that
hand
hard-
axe.
Yeah, hit me with it.
That is 10 damage.
Beautiful. Give me a strength check.
Oh wait, when I'm raging, I get advantage on that, right?
You get +2.
Okay, cool.
You can
So
choose to do. I don't think you have reckless attack yet, do you? Is that a base level 3 thing?
let me just double check real quick.
Yes, you do. You can do that.
Sick.
However, any attack, if you choose to do that, oh wait, no. You have a nat 20. Who cares?
Yeah. I rolled a 14 for the strength check.
Okay. You sort of like get a nice deep cut into this thrall's shoulder. And you can see its arm kind of like dangling as you sort of like pull your axe out. It is in an excruciating amount of pain. It's terrible.
Well, let's try to pull it out of its pain. Not 10. That ain't gonna work.
No, it ain't. You sort of try and like make a second chop to try and chop the arm clean off, but it manages to just barely dodge.
Okay.
That thrall is immediately going to try and run back to Cassidy. Do me a favor and make an attack of opportunity.
Attack of opportunity. For a 21.
That hits.
Woof.
For a 11.
Beautiful. It turns around and tries to run, and you just make like a wide swing with your great axe, and you just straight up just chop this thing's legs off. It kind of tries to make a bounding leap across, and you just kind of like catch it in midair. And it just like tries to crawl away for a moment before just slumping to the ground. This thrall is very, very dead.
Bye.
Give me that 1d6 Relican, please.
Sure. Whoa, 6.
Oh, wonderful.
Nice.
It starts to thrash around in its thorny entanglements. However, the thorns only dig further into its skin, and it starts to bleed profusely until eventually it passes out from blood loss. Venolin, give me another one.
Fingers crossed, all 4 of them.
Another failure.
Oh.
No!
Oh god. Oh boy. Cassidy is not happy. Not one bit.
Why so serious?
And she is going to reach out to try and bite Cross.
Now hold on a second. Let's talk about this.
Good talk.
I didn't think you'd actually let me talk.
She makes a lunging bite the first time, and you manage to deftly dodge it Cross. However, ain't no however. She's got Stormtrooper aim. I don't know what you want. Valakan, it is your turn.
Alright.
At this point, the thralls seem to have thinned out enough that you're pretty sure you could safely make it to the stable.
Okay. I will do just that. Can I get to Venolin in time?
Yes.
Okay.
With Cassidy occupied, yes, you can.
I'm going to try a medicine check.
Ah, yes. Do the thing.
Please do. I have a -1 at that. You have better
13!
chance.
Please tell me that's enough. Please.
You managed to patch the wound. You managed to stitch up the wound, but you can very clearly see that this woman is still, definitely, without a doubt, super poisoned. However, Venolin has been stabilized.
Oh, thank God!
Thank you, Rel.
Oh my God!
You glorious fish man.
Ah, yeah, look at that. Stuff of nightmares. So he just popped up on the stream from where I'm at. Oh, yeah. Look at that. Haunt my dreams.
Don't pull a John Oliver with Adam Driver, please. Please.
I'll fucking do
Please, no. Because then I'll have to respond.
it. Oh, man. Lurk under my bed like a fairy tale monster, you virile fish being. Cross!
I would
This
like.
vampire's trying to bite you now.
Well, the only way that I could think to make the situation work better in my favor I have 2 words for you, Alex.
Aura, aura?
Ora, ora.
Beautiful.
I will use my last key point to activate Flurry of Blows.
Wonderful.
Those are the only 2 words that matter.
Give me those 3 unarmed attack rolls, please.
Sure thing.
God, Cross's art is
21 to hit.
Yes!
6 damage.
Beautiful. Again!
Natural 20!
Ah!
There we go.
Yeah. Hit me with it.
10 points of damage.
Hit me with that shit. Again! Go on, hit me! Hit me!
20 to hit.
Again.
7 points of damage.
Beautiful. You sort of start landing in an absolute barrage on this woman. To the point that you managed to quite definitely knock her off of this path that you guys were on leading up to the stable roof. And what few remain of her... Thank you, Dekka. Thank you, Dekka. The moment she lands on the ground, her remaining thrall, there are only about 2 or 3 of them left, manage to sort of get up between you and her. She has a series of burn marks, and her clothes are extremely tattered. She is not looking particularly great. She's kind of clutching one of her arms. You can see that some of the burns have started to crack and she is bleeding a bit now. And as these 3 thrall sort of get between you and her, she straight up grabs one by the neck and just bites into its throat. She is not even the least bit happy with any of you. However, she knows when she's not in the best position at this point. So she straight up just tears this one thrall's throat out, sending the other 2 to attack you, Cross. And she starts attempting to make her leave. Jason, you're still on the stable roof.
Right.
Venelin has stabilized.
Wonderful.
That other thrall has passed out from blood loss.
Excellent.
And there are 2 thrall moving to surround Cross at the moment, while it looks like Cassidy is attempting to run away.
Okay. Jason, being the serve bot he is, Sir Cross, would you like some assistance, or shall I go get the Cassidy?
Go stop her.
Understood. And he is going to move those little robot legs and try and if I have am I within range of her? I have
using all of your movement, you do just barely manage to get within range of her.
Cool. I am going to try and eliminate her. Will a 24 hit with the silver axe?
Without a doubt. That's hitting. That's some hurt. Y'all are doing some numbers today.
7 damage.
Beautiful.
And a 19. I assume that hits? Or
that also hits, yes.
4 damage.
You manage to get in, and she turns to face you as you get that second hit in, and she just kind of smiles.
Mad at you. Enjoy.
Enjoy. Venelin, you are just now slowly beginning to regain consciousness. You can still feel that the poison has not been fully extricated from your system. You are extremely exhausted. To put a number on it, 2nd level exhausted.
Otherwise known as the exhaustion of I don't want to get out of bed today.
Post-flu nap exhausted.
Oof.
No. Why?
Oof.
Y'all know the feeling.
Yeah, and I don't want to know the feeling anymore. Stop it.
No.
Understandable. Have a nice game.
I'll do what I want. In any case, it is... your whole body's got, like, the aches and pains. But you can sort of hear Jason running off in the distance. While the voices of the thralls, significantly fewer now than earlier, seem to be in the direction of where you remember Cassidy being. Out of the corner of your eye, you can make out Cross fighting off 2 thrall, while Jason seems to be chasing this fleeting figure. Is there anything you want to do?
Yeah. I can.
Is he running off to go after Cassidy?
Jason!
His head just kind of does a complete 180 to look over at you.
I can picture you're still running after Cassidy. Your head just goes whoop. Get over here! Val needs your help.
Val.
Val.
Val?
I don't know why I thought her name was Valerie for a second. I'm sorry.
Is this the OTP of this campaign?
Val and Val.
No.
Valacan.
No.
Valacan.
No.
Yep.
No.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is how long it took.
Oh boy.
This is not how this happens at all, ever. No, stop it.
This is absolutely how it happens.
This is how it
Time.
starts. This is how it starts.
I have
Remember the
99%
gotcha?
isopropyl alcohol. I'm just gonna sniff this real quick.
Just no. She's not gonna tell you to call him back. She is just make sure she doesn't take him.
Yeah, that's why I'm gonna call him back so
She just
distance
kinda,
grows.
Very tiredly reaches her hand up and pats your upper arm and just go. I'm just gonna lay here.
Yeah, you do that.
Yeah,
Alex, can I still reach Cassidy from here?
With an arrow? Yes.
One last ensnaring strike.
Last one. Hail Mary.
22.
That's a hit.
Big damage. That is 11 to hit for damage.
Ooh.
That is what we call in the
And that
world.
is 3 extra damage from the ensnaring strike. Make that strength check.
That is what we gamers call a poggers. That is an 18.
Oof.
She breaks free. I tried.
Cassidy reaches out to touch Jason as his head is turned 180 degrees.
Told him to come back.
Thank you, Andre. Cassidy reaches out to touch Jason, and Jason, as you look out at her hand, it appears to be sort of like covered in this metal plating. It almost looks like a glove from like a piece of plate armor.
Interesting.
Make me a Constitution saving throw.
Oh, wonderful. Oh, wonderful!
What'd you roll?
With emphasis on 1.
A nat 1. A nat 1. Beautiful.
And that 1.
May the dice be ever in my favor.
I was thinking they were going too well for me today.
Suddenly, your HUD turns from red to purple for a split second before you suddenly find yourself sort of like retracting down into boombox mode. Your legs kind of like do the shunk and your arms do the shunk and you're just like... You are still able to move your head and talk, but like you're not moving. You're not moving. And she immediately just picks you up and starts running further away. She's got vampire struck.
Of course she does.
In spite of her, I wouldn't say diminutive stature, she is quite strong.
Mm-hmm.
Ral, you just went on Benelon's turn, so I'm just going to go back to Cross.
Sorry.
How far
No,
away
you're
is
fine.
Cassidy?
At this point, it looks like she's getting around like the 80-foot-ish range now.
Really? That seems pretty far for 2 turns.
She is the fast.
Hmm.
You interrupted her in the middle of being the fast.
Right. So, here's what I'm going to do.
Yes.
I am going to do something that I'm not sure how this... Let's see, is this in place of... No, that is not in place of my movement. Okay, I'm gonna face step, and I'm gonna dash after her with 40 feet.
Beautiful.
So that is 30 plus 40, that's 70. I'm going to catch her on my next turn.
Really just went new.
Yep.
Just like, nah, arriba, andale. Just away we go.
She's not going to get away from me.
Fair enough. However, that will provoke 2 attacks of opportunity from our thrall friends that were standing right in front of you.
Face step?
No, it does not
Wait.
provoke an attack of opportunity because it is a bonus action.
Ooh, yeah. Oh boy.
Ooh.
That's great. Love that. Yeah. face step. Forgot about that. Beautiful. So yeah, you just straight up face step half of the distance and close the rest of it. Okay, you managed to get to her as she's running away. She's holding Jason basically like a briefcase.
Mm-hmm.
What are we doing?
Yeah, I'm gonna deck her.
No, you cast fist.
Yes.
Go forth. Cast fist.
25 to hit.
Oh my god! Cross's magic fist is a spell that allows double.
For 8 points of damage.
Beautiful.
Just no!
Flurry of blows. Poor favor.
He's out of key.
I'm out of key.
No!
He's out of key.
Cross is going to need a very long nap after this.
You and me both.
We're all gonna need like the nap of a lifetime after this. We're gonna need the post Thanksgiving food coma nap after this.
Honestly.
You managed to get another hit in, like right in the back of her head. You managed to give her a good bonk. And just really drops Jason as it impacts. And she's just like, she is very angry. She's hissing outwards. She kind of like swipes behind her as you do so, as you hit her.
I am 10 feet away from her.
Yeah. And that's why that doesn't work.
Dumb bitch.
Jason, you are a boombox.
I am.
You can speak. You can move your head. But you don't find yourself able to move any of your other faculties. Your HUD keeps flashing this message that seems to read Administrator Override.
Oh. Hacked into my firewall. Well, I don't know much what to do. Is there any sort of check I can make, or am I just a boombox?
Make me another Constitution save.
Okay. 23.
Beautiful. You sort of start trying to work through this, and while it doesn't seem to be fruitful at first, you can feel yourself starting to get feeling back, at least in your arms. And eventually you start to be able to move your arms again.
Cool. Well, my last function was to go back to Ralakan and Venelin, so I'm going to try and do that by crawling if I can.
I just like to think that you just hoist yourself up by your arms and just
like a weird Gary's Mod creation, just
like that one toy in Toy Story in Sid's closet. It's just got the massive arms and no legs. Yeah, you start to do that. Venelin, you are still very much the achy breaky no heart. You're kind of like just getting into like the getting up phase now. Still, oh boy, not great. At second level exhaustion, I believe your movement speed is halved.
I don't plan on moving.
Fair enough.
I'm just gonna get myself back up to my feet, lean against the sideboard, and just. Yep.
You're chilling. You're done.
Yep.
You're checked out.
That's it. Nope. It takes half my movement to get up to my feet anyway, and I only got half movement, so I'm not going anywhere.
Nope.
I mean, what you could do is just run back to the stable and hide.
No.
No,
She can't.
I only have half movement and had to use half of my movement to get up to my feet. Which means this round, I'm not going anywhere.
Touche!
I'm just gonna lean against the remains of the stable wall and try not to pass back out.
Cassidy turns to face you, and you can see that it seems like her left arm has kind of gone a bit slack, as though it's broken or she's lost feeling in it. You're not sure which. It is bleeding quite profusely, and she sort of like wipes her other hand across it to collect some of the blood before reaching out towards you. And I'm going to need you to make me a dexterity save.
Okie dokie. That is a 23.
Oh yeah, without a doubt, that's going to work.
I wish I can give you my luck, Matty.
You watch as the blood that she collected from her arm starts to crystallize and just sort of like projectile outward in the form of a series of spikes that you just barely managed to avoid. One of them like actually makes a tear in the side of your scarf. But you are able to avoid them.
Oh. I guess I should respond now, shouldn't I?
Probably, but it's Ralakan's turn.
True.
Okay. Any other thrall nearby? No thralls, right?
As of right now, no. There are two thrall that were fighting Cross that seem to be running back towards Cassidy now.
Okay. I'm going to stab her with extra steps.
So shoot an arrow.
That is a 24.
That hits.
That is big damage, 11. Let's get it.
Cross, you're about to throw another punch when suddenly a second arrow impacts her other shoulder. And you see her, like, recoil back a few steps. She tries to lift up her arm. It also goes slack. And she kind of just falls to her knees.
End it already!
She looks as though she's trying to laugh, but you can very clearly see that she is in some real visible pain. Uh-huh.
20 to hit.
Oh, you're just gonna hit her.
I don't know who she is. I really don't care.
Fair enough.
Communicate with terrorists.
All I know is that she was trying to hurt my friends.
Get with terrorists. I fucking hate you. Oh, Lord. Okay. Yeah, you go in for another hit, and you can feel a bone crack as you just punch this woman in the face. She's still up. Just, she is not in any position to be moving. She just kind of goes, you know, my husband's not going to be happy with you.
Do I look like I care?
You don't look at all.
Maybe you won't, but your friends, the denizens of that little backwater town, might.
Who?
I'm sorry, what?
Who?
I say you may not, but your friends, the denizens of that little backwater town, might.
I don't even know those people.
Wow.
I think he's not wrong.
Throw him under a bus.
Wow.
All Cross knows about the people of Madengard is that they are very mad at a very polite person, and they listen to a jackass like Crowley. That's it.
The only person I care
The only
about.
decent person that Cross has met out of Madengard was Fenelon. And Jason.
Wow, thanks, I guess.
From there,
There.
Touche.
You introduced yourself as being from the, what was that place
Battery
called again?
Port.
Battery Port.
What about Ian Halsey?
Yeah, Ian's cool.
Yeah, Ian's kind of cool, I guess, but still. What she seems to be implying is something that doesn't really apply to Cross at this very moment. She chose the wrong person to say this to. She might have had better luck with saying this to Venelin, so I highly doubt that.
Range of earshot of her, like, I don't know how far I could go with my hands.
Oh boy. So, what are you doing here?
I'm going to end her,
Wonderful.
because I've at least got information out of her, which means Cross will pass it along, but just because he doesn't
Okay.
care doesn't mean...
So, yeah, no, you just, come up and hit her with the nice big coup de grace. You generate your astral arms one more time, and just punch this woman straight in. And you can see the burns start to sort of radiate outward across her chest, and she kind of sort of coils inward before just exploding into a cloud of dust. Her effects have been left behind, though. So her clothes, her bandolier of daggers, a small vial of poison, and what looked like a small folder full of papers, as well as a map.
Cross will try to scoop it up into a bandolier and then suddenly remember about the two thralls that are running up behind him.
Yup, and that's where they come in. Aw, yeah. Finally. Cross, one of them manages to get a good slash in at your back for, god damn it, 7 points of damage.
Ow.
Ouch.
And the second one is going to circle around and try and get you from the front. Doing another 3.
Damn, that's 10.
Jason, give me another Constitution save.
Okay. Let's get those legs back. Let's not get those legs back. That's an 8.
Nope. You try again, and the administrator override message shows up again. And this time, it has a bit more information. It says something to the tune of concurrent technology detected. Source Vestige. Vestige.
Vestig?
IGE.
IGE. Perfect. Very curious. Can I do like any sort of like a history check to go through my memory bank, see if I know anything about Vestige?
Sure. Roll me a history check.
16.
Between that and that journal that you found, you seem to have some kind of memory of a vestige. However, the only thing that you seem to have in your banks is that vestige was, quote-unquote, a gift.
Okay.
It was a gift to somebody, by somebody close to that somebody, but you can't quite remember the rest of it.
Ooh. Lore.
Understood. Vaguely. Alright, well, other than that, I'll be slowly crawling towards Rao. Unless Cross is ordering me to come back.
Cross would probably let Jason go back.
Okay. Understood.
Just go.
So, Cross, what are you doing with all this? Actually, no, wait. What am I saying? Ralakan, it's your turn.
Ralakan.
Those two thralls have reached Cross and seem to be taking a couple good slashes out of him.
I'll just continue to stab with extra steps. Oh no.
What was that? Is that a nat 1? You gotta tell me if it was a nat 1. It's like asking if you're a cop. It's in the Constitution. You gotta tell me if you're a cop, and you gotta tell me if you rolled a nat 1.
I'm an off-duty cop. It was an off-duty nat 1.
Shut the fuck up and give me a pummel roll. Give me a d20.
Did you just shoot yourself in the foot?
It was a 2. With the +7, it's a 9.
Okay. That's fine.
That could have been worse.
It could have been in that one.
Really could have.
It could have been in that one, and they could have hit cross.
Or worse, you could have hit Venolin.
Or worse, you could have snapped the string on your bow.
No, see, if that happens, what's gonna happen is Raul's gonna reach across the screen, pluck my freaking facial hair, and then it's time and bolstering again out of Tom and Jerry.
I hate y'all.
What? Look at him. He's creepy enough to do it.
Jump scare me in a window, you anglerless piranha.
I love it. That's a thing.
Oh, Deca, if you're still here, I need that. Don't scare me at a window, you anglerless piranha.
And I think this would be a good time to mention that the party can be level 4.
Oh, that means we don't need to sleep. That means we get to left. We get.
Well,
Oh.
no, Alex, what's your ruling?
I am.
Video game logic this?
No.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
This isn't a game of time where we can do video game logic.
You're the DM. You can definitely do video game logic.
Shut the fuck up.
Just
I love y'all. Y'all can have your extra hit points. I ain't long resting y'all.
okay.
This is big boy time.
This is big boy time. Gotcha.
Understandable. Oh god, my chest.
This won't take me long.
Am I just finishing these thralls off screen then? Okay.
Yeah, looks like it.
Okay.
Cross, it's your turn.
Okay. Uh, 25 to hit the one in front of me.
Yeah, go ahead.
5 points of radiant damage.
Hmm. Okay, dope. Got a nice good burn in.
16 to hit.
That's gonna hit.
For another 8 points of radiant damage.
Yeah, okay. So you get another 2 good burns in. And again, not dead, but looking pretty hurt.
Mm-hmm.
Among
Us is fun.
Jason, give me another Constitution save.
Let's do that save.
Lesson, thank you.
Fuck.
What was it?
Take a wild fucking guess.
Was it a nat 1?
Oh, you better believe it.
Oh, yeah, it was a nat 1.
Please don't
Yo-
tell me you were using the program that you used.
I'm using the legitimate D&D Beyond. I might switch over to the thing I programmed.
I mean, your first roll in that was also a nat 1, so I'm not too sure about that either.
Y'all gonna have to carry me for the rest of this session. I'm sorry.
A third line shows up on the override this time. Source: Glass Tower.
Ooh. I do know the Glass Tower.
Source.
Okay. Yeah, that's yeah, that's me.
Okay. Vanlin, you can see Jason kind of just like moving up by his arms because his legs seem to still be confined to his body. It is extremely bizarre.
Could you say that he is having a bizarre adventure?
Stop.
Yeah!
Robo's just bizarre adventure.
Robo's bizarre adventure.
Spaz,
It is I, Robo Jojo.
Spaz, take a feat on this level up.
Yes.
Yeah, no. What feature want to take?
I took Sharpshooter.
Okay.
I just need to double check in case you hadn't put it in, because I'm updating the cards literally as stream is happening.
Yeah, not a problem. I have no problem with y'all taking feats. Just let me know what it is you're taking.
I took Sharpshooter, and my HP total is now 44.
Yep.
GG.
I'm going to go Solar Ranger with this hybrid assassin tree because it looks very interesting. I just wish that it would actually let me choose what I selected. I have to go to the page and complain.
Are we still in combat?
No, combat is over.
Combat's over.
Well, with the exception of Cross. Cross is just fighting shit.
Oh, no. If Cross is still in combat, then I'm still in combat.
Okay, so what do you want to do?
Well, I have a short bow.
What's the range on that?
80 feet.
Yeah, if you walk to like the edge of the stable roof, you can shoot where he's at.
Cool.
Don't mind me. I'm down here on a city block corner, being beaten up by a couple of vampires. No, you guys keep leveling up.
Hey, my level up didn't take very long, okay?
I know.
Yeah, okay, so short bow.
Yep.
And it will be one of the ones that's nearest to Cross, because that also gives me sneak attack. That literally has sneak attack as worded.
Wonderful.
That is a 19 on the die, plus 5 for 24.
Oof. Oof.
We see this out here.
For
I dig it.
19 points of damage.
Oof!
Oh yeah, that happens to be a dead fucking thrall.
Oh, he did.
I rolled max damage on the arrow and 10 on sneak attack, which was too shy of max damage on sneak attack. That's all I can do though, cause I don't. Yeah, that's. I helped. I did a saying I didn't spend the entire combat dead? I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh god damn it.
No, you're right. You rolled a few death saves in between.
You provided motivation.
You were there in spirit.
I was the damsel in distress. It's fine.
You spent the entire rest of the campaign being the exact opposite of that. So,
I mean, I can hope so.
Ral, your turn. One of the thralls is very, very, very dead.
You already know what I'm gonna say.
You're gonna stab him with extra steps.
I'm gonna stab him with extra steps, and I hate it here.
Why do you hate it here?
I rolled a 1.
Yeah.
it
hate it here.
Give
You know
me.
what it is? You know what it is? He was doing fine when I was down. As soon as I got back up to my feet.
The luck sink is
Just transfer.
Oh yeah. That's what happened. That's why she kept rolling all those failures. Because like when you patched her up, you took the poison from her. It's poisoning your dice. That's what's the problem here.
I
Your
hate
dice
it here.
are poisoned.
Oh man.
Alright, so I rolled a 1.
Roll me a nat 20, please. I mean, roll me a d20. Blech.
Roll me a nat 20. Sir.
Well, you asked and I rolled a nat 20!
You rolled a nat 20, didn't you?
I did!
You failed so bad you succeed.
So he's failing upwards?
You
Oh no.
you knock your bow and you loose your arrow. And it ricochets off the side of a building and stabs the other thrall.
My god.
Fully failed.
Rolling damage, I guess.
Yeah.
An apt number after that. You know what? I will take that. Thematically, that makes sense. That's 4. Was 4 total. I rolled the lowest possible damage I could get. But you know what? That works.
Beautiful. Love that.
Trick shot if you call it.
What are you talking about? All of this was just as planned. All according to Keikaku.
So your plan was to have the entire stable destroyed, the horses run free, Venelin getting poisoned, Jason almost getting kidnapped and now turned into a boombox.
Not all of that was my plan.
Okay.
My plan was just to ricochet an arrow into a thrall. Everything else was just a happy little accident.
Happy little accident.
The results are what matters.
I mean, I don't know how I
Only
feel
thing what
about
matters.
me getting downed and poisoned as a happy little accident. As like something you put on a Bob Ross painting.
I like to think Bob Ross is still alive in the year 3756.
He is the greatest artist of all time.
Bob Ross became a vampire just so he could keep painting.
And
He's
brings
got, like, an
joy
art
to everybody.
He's got an art studio like in the sky.
Yo, I am down for this, and
I
want to go find Vampire Bob Ross.
I would like to finish off this thrall and stop thinking about vampire bones.
How dare you want to stop thinking about vampire Bob Ross?
Oh,
Go
no.
finish off.
No, it's more for the fact that we'd be talking about it all night.
Okay, Bob Ross, go for it.
Okay. 19 to hit. And
Oh,
gonna put
no.
a nice little happy little tree. Just
Look at Kristen being cross with me.
Fuck's sakes.
Oh,
Oh god, what was that to hit?
19.
19.
Oh yeah, give me that damage.
8.
Why are you like
8.
this?
Yeah, this thrall definitely regrets crossing you because it is now dead.
God damn it!
It is extremely, very horrifically dead.
And you motherfuckers wonder why I can't stand puns in my campaign. Like, seriously.
You know what?
I
hate
blame
it
Mike.
Always blame Mike. When in doubt, blame Mike.
When in doubt,
Hears
blame
him
Mike.
defend himself.
He isn't here. Mike, you probably eat all your cereal dry. You don't even season your chicken. Oh man, I need one of you to clip this.
After session.
Beautiful.
After session.
Oh my god.
Okay. Well, with chaos over, Cross will take a moment to just kind of listen for a second, and not hearing anything else, he'll go and try and find out where Jason crawled off to and try and help him back to the others.
You don't hear any more thrall. However, you do hear that some of the denizens of the inn are starting to come outside and sort of survey the damage dealt to the vicinity. Fortunately, outside of the stable, not much. There are a couple of broken windows, but beyond that, the stable and the rest of the inn seems to be in pretty good shape. The response from the rest of Apollo's henchmen is mixed. Some of them are quite impressed with your skill in hand-to-hand combat, as well as Ralakan's archery, and Jason's general resistance to being given a fuck about by vampires. However, there is definitely an air of uncertainty about many of the henchmen, as they are not stupid, and have somewhat deduced that you guys were almost definitely followed. And are kind of hesitant to have you guys stay the rest of the night, because, what if more show up?
Understandable.
Dawn's a couple hours away. They're not coming back. They wouldn't make it back to wherever it is that they claim safety from.
So we did execute Cassidy. I do believe that if they were to come back, they would come back with more force.
And that takes
Doesn't?
I think we all need a pretty sleep. Just need to. I can't even think. Ral is just exhausted about the fight. Does not like all of this nonsense.
And for good reason. Despite the general uncertainty at the hands of the henchmen, the innkeep, the one who owns the place, graciously invites you guys back in. And refunds you your money.
Well, I look down at the money and look at the innkeeper, kind of like expecting an explanation.
She is extremely grateful that her inn is not in flames right now. And she basically says something along the lines of that if you ever have need of a safe house, our door will always be open.
Appreciate it, ma'am.
It is very much appreciated. Would you like me to help you with the broken window that I broke?
You are so damn wholesome.
That'd be nice, yes. Okay. Now you guys can take a long rest.
Yay! Venlin is not dying.
Venelin
But
ain't
I'm still
dying.
suffering from another level of exhaustion.
Yup, she's still got first level exhaustion.
Oh, good.
That's just great.
Am I gonna have to make another con save?
No. By the time
Okay.
you exit your inert state in the morning, you're you're fully back to normal. The error message has left entirely. However, as you look out the window and you can see the glass tower on the skyline, it is slightly unsettling.
Hmm.
It evokes the aura of something reaching out and touching you. Just like something that just affected you last night.
This is concerning. This is a feeling I've never really felt before. I will take note of that. Yes.
Jason has felt anxiety.
Jason doesn't really want to look at the glass tower right now. And we'll proceed to go into the inn and just kind of make a spot. Just have a sit and wait for the others.
It's the morning. Venelin, how you feeling?
Well, not like I'm on the brink of death, so that's a plus.
Fair enough.
But, I can take another day. We don't have another day, and we gotta keep going. So, that being said.
Yeah. Frost would sit down and tell Venelin and the others what he learned.
You guys sit down, and Cross both reveals the short conversation he had with Cassidy, in which she revealed that her husband would not be happy with you, and neither would, quote-unquote, the denizens of your little backwater town. As well as the items that were among Cassidy's effects when she was killed, which included a bandolier of daggers, presumably poisoned, a vial, presumably containing poison, a small binder of different papers, another map of the island, as well as that metal-plated glove that she was wearing.
I don't know about that glove. I think there's some magnets in there. Made me go all wonky.
This was just putting a magnet in front of a hard drive. Just
suddenly start singing country songs.
Oh god, Jason just suddenly breaks out into Country Roads.
Country Roads is great.
Please no.
How dare you?
Country
Hey,
Roads.
I did not give a negative connotation to Country Roads in the slightest.
Country Roads, the text-to-speech version.
No. Hey, just no.
I'm gonna do it.
Oh god, you're just gonna find some text-to-speech software and just record that, aren't you?
Yep.
Find a shitty karaoke version of Country Roads and just put this terrible text-to-speech on it.
The
Okay.
best
I
quality.
already hear it, and I hate it here.
Country Roads. Take me home.
Stop.
Okay. The daggers range in length from your typical throwing knives to one as long as like a slightly elongated dagger, more like a wakizashi or a short sword. And the papers contain all different manner of correspondence. They seem to all be between her and another vampire by the name of Alzin. That rings some bells. But they all seem to be from different places. One of them seems to be addressed as the Glass Tower. Another seems to be addressed from Battery Port. Another from the Hudson Docks. However, the most recent one appears to have been stamped by Maddenguard's police wing.
Huh. Um. I don't know what to make of this.
What are you looking at?
I kind of show her the thing with the Maddenguard's police wing on it.
It seems to be a letter from Alzin to Cassidy, apprising him of his situation. It essentially reads that his search for the artifact continues to come up fruitless. However, several members of the community have come into contact with it before, and that he has taken to what he calls a parley with some of the village's officials.
This is why Crowley wanted him gone. Bastard.
Now, Cross, you mentioned that with the defeat of Cassidy, that her husband will be potentially attacking Maddenguard?
Maybe? She was kind of vague on it. She just said Backwater Town and seemed to imply I knew what she was talking about.
Jason's doing a search for backwater towns in his head.
Just look up the Webster's Dictionary definition of backwater town, and the entrance to Maddenguard pops up next to it. Just Google image search backwater town.
I'm sorry,
no.
was I not supposed to kill her? I mean, she was trying to take Jason and hurt everybody.
No, you did fine.
Yes, one less bloodsucker.
True.
True. The only problem may be is that Alzin may take out his revenge on Madengard.
I do have a function, though not priority, to protect Madengard.
Part of me wants to say let him hang, but another part of me also knows that there are good and innocent people there.
Are they really good and innocent people if they just let them throw Jason out, though?
Cross, you have to understand that out here it is survival. And if something threatens that survival, it's gotta go.
So if an entire police swing of idiots are not getting the right message, they should go too?
Technically, yes.
So why didn't they throw Crowley out then?
Because as far as they're concerned, Crowley's just doing his job.
Oh man, does the Communist Manifesto exist in 3756? This sounds like an armed revolution.
I don't know, man. It's your world. Does the Communist Manifesto friggin' exist in 3076?
We must take back the means of reproduction.
Hang on a second.
Absolutely not. As the only female in the party, absolutely.
As the member of the party who sleeps in a breeding pool, get out.
I'm sorry.
Oh, we got a lot of clips tonight.
Sorry. Sorry. I could not resist.
Oh, boyo!
Mm.
Oh my god.
Yeah! Oh, yeah!
I did actually mean to say production. I don't know why reproduction came out. I'm so sorry.
Yo, you're a Simic hybrid. I can forgive you for lizard breeding.
It's on brand.
Oh, yeah! Yeah! Uh-huh! Mm-hmm.
Oh, I actually passed out for a half second there. I was laughing so hard.
I am very lightheaded.
It's not the poison.
No, it is not. It is the shock and moderate disgust out of the words that came out of Relican's.
Only moderate disgust. Only moderate disgust, you say?
Yes, I say only moderate disgust because she doesn't understand what goes on with Simic hybrids. You're not an elf. She's not a Simic hybrid. She tries not to judge. But she is also the only female sitting at the table, and she's kind of like, no.
Once again, I sincerely apologize.
I do not recall the...
No, we're not bringing back Simic Hybrid Jeff Sessions.
Oh, man.
Oh, God.
I'm...
My cheeks hurt so much from laughing. Goddamn.
Oh, God.
Quality memes.
Yep.
Love it.
Well,
Freaking love it.
as valid as what you're saying is, though, I am kind of a bit worried, because if this husband of hers got to the... was it husband, brother, what was it? I'm sorry. still a bit tired from last night.
It was husband, you said.
Okay. I mean, if he already got the police force and into Madengard, I mean, wouldn't that mean that we'd be just walking back into some sort of trap?
Oh, we're not going back. Alex, I have to ask, just because technology can sometimes be weird. How would one send a message from one place to another?
Can you not @ping the boss, please?
I am not. I'm asking literally if
Can
I have
you
to
not
send a Raven to Ian Halsey, or if I have to fucking find a terminal and send an electronic message to Ian Halsey. Neither of those was @pinging the boss and calling him a bitch.
Yo! Tim out here with the Vietnam flashbacks. To be fair, that party has @ping the boss twice now.
Every boss fight we've had has been because somebody in the party @pinged the boss and called them a bitch.
I will neither confirm nor deny this statement.
Anyway, regardless, how does distance messaging work in your world?
Okay, so there are terminals where electronic messages can be sent. However, you do not know if there is one in the barrier. If anybody would know, it would be Jason Apollo. However, otherwise, you can very easily send a Raven with a message. Or pay a courier to send a message.
Alright, well, we're gonna do the courier method so that I know for sure that it actually gets to him.
Okie dokie.
Basically, I'm just going to warn Ian Halsey that, there's a good chance that,
I believe the words you're looking for are Madengard has been compromised.
Yeah, that's part of the message. I was more looking for what the vampire husband's name is, because
You know his first name, which is Alzun. Alzu.
that Alzun has infiltrated and compromised the police board. Remind me, does Ian Halsey know Thieves' Cant? Given the fact of his close proximity to Venelin?
Ian Halsey does know Thieves' Cant.
Cool. She writes that message encoded in Thieves' Cant.
Beautiful.
Not a perfect, foolproof plan, but, it's a little bit better than just sending it in common and hoping...
Better than nothing.
I apologize for my outburst earlier. I just heard technology and sending a message and just immediately...
That's fair.
No,
I mean,
it's
fair.
okay.
It's
I mean,
that
I have a habit when I have technology and sending messages to @ping bosses and call them bitches. But considering the fact that I'm still suffering from a level of exhaustion, and
We're not doing
Venelin
that now.
doesn't
Do that.
@ping people and call them bitches, I literally just needed to know how distance communication works.
Fair enough.
Oh,
How much is that going to cost me to send, Alex?
One of the couriers that work for Apollo asks for 3 gold pieces.
Not a problem. I give him 5.
Amazing. He thanks you quite graciously for your generosity.
Yeah, and it's I give him 5 with the implication that he is only to give this message to Ian Halsey. It is not to be left anywhere. It is to be handed directly to Ian.
Understood. That's how you foster some. That's how you foster some loyalty.
So, if we're not going to go back to Madangor, where are we going to go?
Well, we can head back to the Heights.
Hmm.
It's at least I'd say safe, but safe-ish.
That guy we met the other day that was talking about going to go and blow up the glass tower. You think he might know what this is? As I point to the gauntlet.
He might. Wouldn't hurt to ask. And maybe my father's libraries might have some knowledge. We can always check.
Okay.
It's a good idea, Cross.
Also, are you okay?
I'm a little tired, but other than that, I'm all right. You're not gonna want those daggers, are you?
Daggers?
Yeah,
No.
that bandolier you picked up.
No, I don't think I'd have a use for them. You can have them if you want, though. And there was this bottle. I don't know what's in it, but it smelled like what she had on her fingernails.
Which is probably what was coursing through my blood last night. So, I will just take those off of your hands. Alex.
Mm-hmm.
Are they poison? Given
the daggers, as you pull them out, are very visibly steeped in poison. It looks like the sheaths for the daggers were made to be kind of liquid resistant, and every so often she'd like put a little bit of poison in them so they'd be steeped in them when she stuck them back in.
In that case, the bandolier will go across my chest.
It has 4 throwing knives, 2 regular sized daggers, and 1 short sword.
Okay.
Ralakan, how about you? How are you feeling?
Could go for some fish. Otherwise, I'm pretty fine.
And Jason, are you okay?
Feeling unique feelings. I'm still learning about them. I took a look at the glass tower, and it seems the inner workings of my image making modular device memory. It makes me unwell. To put it shortly, I do not want to look at it. Is this normal?
I'm not really sure. But if it gives you an uneasy feeling, then... Gruz will just lift up his hand and just gently pat the chassis.
It's very warm. Now that he has a mini furnace inside of him. Please do not keep your hand on there too long. It might hurt.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna need to get something to eat. I'm actually getting lightheaded still.
Get some protein flatbreads for this man.
About that. About that. You know, I'm not gonna say it now. I'll let y'all know later. Just about that.
Okie dokie.
So what's
So
happening now?
Shall we head over to the heights and rendezvous with this Raphael?
Yeah, you know, seeing Raph might be nice.
And we were headed to the heights this
Mhm.
morning anyway. That was the plan.
Wonderful. And Jason will march forward.
And off we go to the heights.
Jason's going to put on his disguise first and then march forward.
Fair enough. Your trip to the heights is significantly less eventful than your trip away from it. Every so often you find a couple of Apollo's henchmen, some of whom praise you for your job done at the end, some of whom look at you with kind of a bit of side-eye. But regardless, you get back to Venolin's old home with no issues. You guys make your way to the 5th floor, where Raphael is rewiring some of the electrical facilities that he had been trying to wire beforehand. Goddamn.
Down they go.
About quick?
Yeah, well, you know, when you can sneak in and out of places, it's easy.
Forget something?
No.
He kind of like gets a nervous look as you side-eye him, and he's just like, it was a joke, come on. And he kind of just goes back to doing the wiring. So what are we doing here?
We do have that gauntlet that seemed to have overrid my functionality.
I'm sorry, you said a gauntlet.
We recently had an encounter with this Cassidy, who we executed, and she left this gauntlet. It left me in a catatonic state and overrid my admin.
You killed Cassidy.
Actually, I did, and she was trying to kill everybody at the inn.
Wonderful job.
Alzan will not be pleased. He has, like, a morbid curiosity about it, but you can very clearly see that he is also slightly fucking terrified at the concept of Alzan being angry.
He did something that about Alzan taking revenge on a backwater town, which we have deduced to possibly being Madangard.
Oh, well, I don't know what other town I'd call that on the island. So what, you want me to examine this thing?
If you
Please.
could, that'd be nice.
Which one of you is holding it?
I will, I guess.
He immediately swipes it from your hand and takes it over to his work desk. He starts examining it with a bunch of like microscopes and magnifying glasses and things like that. Sorry. It's made out of more of that metal. More of your metal. Where'd you say this thing came from?
I found it in Cassidy's remains.
He probably stole it. Yes, this looks like some of the gear I noticed on some of the guards over at the watchtower. The glass tower, I mean.
Understood.
As for Vestige, I've heard rumors of him. He's a strange one, an eccentric one. It said he lives at the glass tower and he doesn't leave.
A vestige is a person?
An old vampire. One of the oldest on the surface.
I see.
He leads a rather modest cadre of vampires from the watchtower. Glass tower, why do I keep saying that?
I don't know.
Shrug.
Maybe your brain is trying to foreshadow something.
Huh. Oh no.
Come to think of it, I did have a few errors while I was in that catatonic state by this device. And it said something about source is equal to vestige, and source is equal to glass tower. Still not quite understood. I still do not quite understand what that means.
Definitely stolen tech then. Either that, or somebody made it for her specifically to capture you. I'm unsure of what Alzan's connection to the glass tower is, but if he's got things like this, I would take extra care to watch your back. As for now, being that it's made of the same stuff that you're made of, you could probably assimilate it.
Oh, I see. Jason is trying to think of ways to assimilate, other than just putting it in his little furnace.
Would you like me to make this a bit easier for you? You kind of like reach out with your kind of like clampy hand to grab the glove, and the moment you do so, the glove kind of just like swoops onto your hand, such as the clamp acts more like a joint, and you can
Oh,
use it. It's a hand.
oh, I have fingers.
You can sense that there is a pad kind of in the palm of this hand, and you know it can interact with things, though you're not sure exactly in what ways.
So, like a pad, like is it like a keypad or just a?
It looks
Like
like
a
a
track.
contact for something.
Okay.
Kind of like how like she touched you and immediately the thing happened.
I see. Jason's gonna look around for things to touch.
It's like, look, I have leverage. I have multiple fingers. I can pick things up and put them down and grip things.
This is fascinating.
Yeah, now you can flip, and now you can just give someone an extremely rude gesture when you want to refuse.
Oh, do tell.
I instruct Jason the glories of the middle finger. The many
It's
uses.
Just like in like a VR game, he's just struggling to get the fingers right.
Beautiful.
I am 2000% okay with all of this. Beep boop. Okay.
Okay. Sword, all that is holy. Okay. You start kind of looking around for stuff to touch, and eventually you settle on what looks like an old fuse box that Raphael seems to have the wiring hooked up to. You kind of touch it, and sparks come out for a moment before the lights come on.
Wonderful. It's truly fascinating. I like this.
Glad to hear it. Now, just need a bit more, and then it'll be right as rain.
So, what do you plan to do now?
Well, I think the eventual goal is to snuff out the vampires so that, we can sleep. But
Snuff out the vampires. That's adorable.
what really got me confused is they live in the glass tower, right?
Well, this particular vampire does, yes.
How come he ain't a pile of ash? Glass tower, sunlight, sun shining through the glass. No.
I'm unaware. Like I said, he never leaves the building. And presumably the glass tower isn't made entirely of glass.
Never leaves, Steve. Never leaves.
Where is that from?
That's Foster's home.
Remember that.
So, what's the plan of action?
Is a good question.
Because the Hudson Pirates are still very much after our friend Jason. And Jason has a lead on somebody that can do some pretty bad canoodling.
I think we should take care of the pirates first. Now that Cassidy is gone and that pirate haven, I guess, question mark, might be easier to deal with, we can just hop in, do some fuck shit, and leave.
There's also Maddengard.
Jason
There is
definitely
also
wants
Maddengard.
definitely wants to protect Maddengard, despite the fact that we can't really go in there. And
Rules freedom. We're going to Maddengard.
oh,
Oh boy.
I don't
We're
think
just gonna
that's a good
push
idea.
Jason in, even though he says he can't go in.
That's not a good idea.
Well, we'll go under the cover of darkness.
The gates are closed.
You want to
You
sneak
can
up on
climb.
vampires under the cover of darkness? Like, I have amnesia. And, like, even to me that sounds like a stupid idea.
God damn. That's an insult.
Well, Raul is not known for brilliance. He is known for slimy hands and bad quotes.
I'm sorry, that was me being tired of you.
I think that dealing with the pirates is going to be our best bet. Unless you're lying on somebody who can do something terrible, Jason.
I assume this person who can do something terrible is referring to Alzin, correct?
I was particularly referring to Vestige, considering
Oh yes, yes.
you
from
found
him.
this glove that poked you and turned you into a boombox.
That is a problem. He's also all the way in the glass tower,
Which is a vampire stronghold.
which
Which is across.
is not going to be easy.
It is across the one remaining bridge on the island.
Has a lot of monsters, apparently.
It is guarded by monsters.
Wonderful.
Do we have?
We could always go there. Oh, sorry, calls.
Okay, pirates.
Do we have to take the bridge?
The bridge that separates the glass tower from everywhere else, is it like over water, or is it just like
It
a
is
canyon?
over water.
Okay.
It is over water, and while yes, you could take a boat, the only dock close to the bridge is also patrolled by those same monsters.
Okay.
As well as they do kind of like have guards posted on the bridge. and seeing a boat drop by would be something kind of dangerous.
Save that mission for in our back pocket. It does seem that stopping the remaining pirates would probably be the most doable plan of attack.
Fenelon, do you think that Baron fellow would want to sit down and talk to us again?
I don't remember. Wait, is that the guy we pushed out of the
That was
window?
the guy. That was the
Okay.
other fellow going
Fuck! I was just like, Baron, didn't we push him out of the window? Was that not the guy that we absolutely yeeted out of the window?
What are you talking about? He had a stumble and he fell, accidentally falling on his neck. There was nothing that we did that caused any mishaps of any description where one of our party members for physically handling something wrong. Why do I sound like a politician again? I hate myself.
So stop.
God.
Alright. Well, we head back, clear out to pirates. That deals with that. I've warned Ian Halsey about Madengard being, we'll call it corrupted. So, pirates it is. Means we don't have to go back, we don't break their rules. Everything's fine.
Yar har fiddle dee dee.
And with us kind of nearing that end time, I think this would be a good time to call things for tonight.
Hmm. Yeah, that's a really good idea.
How's everybody feeling?
I am once again absolutely terrified and sorry that I said the things I said. Please forgive me.
I am
My back
happy.
hurts, but that has nothing to do with tonight. My back really hurts because I spent 4.5 hours cutting leather today.
That is entirely fair. First off, we'd like to thank our sponsors. First off is D&D Beyond. That is D, the letter N, D Beyond. It's where we host all of our stuff. We used to have the overlay on here. I believe we still have it for a couple of campaigns. Do we? No? Damn.
We officially transferred all over to the Streamlabs overlay because you can redeem claws.
That is true. We did discuss that. However, it is still an amazing repository for all things D&D 5e, including a homebrew compendium for a small subscription fee as well as Lucky Dice Cafe and Liquor Express. If you're in the Huntsville, Alabama area and need a good time with some tabletop gaming, please check out those two locations where you can see our head DM, Heath.
In a couple of weeks.
In a couple of weeks?
Yes,
In a couple of weeks.
He's dealing with some stuff IRL that has resulted in him having to cancel his live games. So in a couple weeks he'll be back to doing those.
Fair enough. However, will he be available for the newest episode of The Troubleshooters on Monday? Wonderful. One of our newest campaigns, The Troubleshooters, taking place in, what, the 1920s? Something like that?
Yes. Yes. It's between World War I and World War II.
Yeah, so I'd say 1920s, maybe 30s.
1918 to 1920 is what he gave us for the time period for the submissions. So
That's
you're
entirely.
you're definitely looking at the roaring 20s.
Mm-hmm. On Tuesdays, we have Vampire the Masquerade, Valley by Night, and you can watch their party try and make their way through the Tennessee Valley area. On Wednesdays, our wonderful friend Maddie here is participating in Monster of the Week. She is, what is it, the Pararomantic?
The
I think it's
Pararomantic, yes.
Yeah.
Also affectionately called the Monster Fucker.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I fully and 100% admit to that. Cassie is dating and in a very serious, committed relationship with a vampire.
Wonderful.
No, I do
Have
not
you
intend-
interviewed him?
No, and I also do not have a werewolf trying to convince me not to be with him. So, cover the two.
Fair enough. Thursdays, she also DMs Descent into Avernus. Where are you guys at with Descent at the moment?
They just finished the wrecked flying fortress. Their cleric, got another set of wings.
Oh.
Because they're a Deva with 6 sets of wings.
Beautiful. 6 wings or 6 sets of wings?
6 wings, so 3 sets. Sorry. So they just unlocked their second set with another Mystic Vision.
Beautiful.
And the party's just like, Adira, you can't help everybody. And Adira's just like, watch me!
Watch me! Ha!
But yeah, so they're going to be returning to battle, and then it'll be relaxation.
Here's hoping. It's Avernus. It has been described to me as a meat grinder, and that's being affectionate.
They get to run into 2 NPCs that they've met before next week.
Fair enough. Fridays we are open. That is an off day. Everybody needs some R&R, even from some D&D. And then Saturdays we will be back with myself, Maddie, Christian, Tim, and Lucas with another episode of The Stolen Cities, as this party tries to finally rid themselves of the pirates of Hudson Yard once and for all. And as always, guys, wash your hands, wear a mask, be kind to one another, and roar for initiative.